Good, good. Okay, it's great to be here with Lily and with Mickey, with NEA and with CTA. There's something happening in teachers' unions around the country. When the AFT convention was here this summer in LA, we held a panel with the leaders of 6 major locals, and it was called Social Movement Unionism. How are locals around the country working with parents, communities, to actually fight for the schools that students deserve? We had 500 people show up to that panel. We've touched a nerve. We've got dynamic leaders like Lily at the top of NEA now, who've walked the walk around parent-community organizing, parent-community engagement, and fighting for the schools that students deserve. We've got Mickey and CTA who've developed a comprehensive strategic plan to make sure that they're supporting organizing across the state of California. So there's something exciting happening in teachers' unions, and we're happy to be a part of that. I come out of 22 years of teaching. I've taught in South LA for 22 years, 12 of those years at Crenshaw High School. I come out of 25 years of community organizing with organizations that have fought for racial justice, economic justice, educational justice, the Labor Community Strategy Center, Coalition for Educational Justice, and others. I'm happy to have been an awarded teacher. I've gotten awards from the school district, I've gotten awards from the teachers union, I've gotten awards from UCLA, Loyola Marymount University, and happy to be able to walk that classroom walk. And I'm a parent of 2 kids who go to LAUSD schools, a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, 5th grade and 2nd grade. So I bring that perspective to this work. And as Lily and Mickey mentioned, the initiative that UTLA is involved in right now is the Schools LA Students Deserve campaign. This is a campaign that's about our contract. Our contract has been expired for over 3 years now, but it's putting our contract fight in the context of fighting for a broad program around, yes, the respect that educators deserve, but also the schools that students deserve. So a broad program that includes salary and pay for educators to recruit and retain great educators, but that also includes fighting to reduce class size, to increase staffing for social and emotional support for students, to increase access to electives, music, the arts, ethnic studies, cultural studies, things that have been erased from our schools in Los Angeles. Fighting for all sorts of things that appeal to parents, that students are interested in, and that educators need. We were happy that we took office on July 1st, but we were happy in June to be deeply involved in the struggle for the Equity Index at the LAUSD School Board. This was an effort that was led by the Advancement Project and other community organizations that said that the LCFF funding should be targeted towards the highest need schools. And what John Perez, our former president who's here with us today, had taught me was that UTLA from its very beginning has fought for differentiated resources for the highest need schools. We've not projected that. We've not let parents and communities know that, but we've been about that for over 40 years. And so us going to the school board and helping that to pass was a key initial step in building bridges with community. We also were happy to be involved early on in June in fighting for restorative justice programs. I was lucky enough to be a part of building at Crenshaw High School in my time there a nationally recognized curriculum and instruction model that we got support from University of Southern California, the Tom and Ethel Bradley Foundation, the Ford Foundation, the Annenberg Institute for School Reform, to build a curriculum and instruction program that was culturally relevant and that also had aspects to it that were built around restorative justice. In other words, when students make mistakes in school, don't kick them out and make them miss more school. That's just going to increase the amount of the limited access to school that a lot of our kids already have. So I was a part of building that, and we were happy in June to stand again at the school board with community organizations calling for restorative justice programs with more counselors, more supports for students socially and emotionally. We were proud to stand with community organizations around that. We've also been proud in our first 7 weeks to be involved in electing George McKenna to the school board. George McKenna, someone who comes with over 40 years of experience in schools, with real community networks that have been developed over those years, with a real understanding of what segregation in schools look like. He went to school in Louisiana. He's been involved in seeing the segregation patterns in Los Angeles for decades, and the resegregation and layering of more segregation on top of already existing segregation when you have charter schools that are often taking only high-performing students and not taking special education and other students. It's unacceptable, and Dr. George McKenna has an understanding of that. The other reason that we supported him, and we're proud that he was elected with our support, is that he stood up to this superintendent. Superintendent Deasy has been someone who has pushed unilateral programs without consultation with educators, and Dr. McKenna has a history of standing up to the superintendent's pet projects. We want to work with the superintendent wherever we can, but we know that we need to stand up to him wherever we have to. We've also been happy in our first few weeks in office to have spoken out about something that the media has been very involved in of late, which is the latest thing that the superintendent has run into headlong without planning it out, which is the MISIS program, which is the computer-based student information system, which when we went out and visited schools on Tuesday morning, the first day of school, all 7 officers went to several schools that day. We found that there were students who didn't have programs, students not enrolled in classes, students who needed medication and needed to be found at a particular time of day because they needed that medication, who couldn't be found because the computer systems were down, students didn't have classes, whole enrollment patterns were off. So we've been happy to raise that story up and demand that the district and the superintendent get on correcting that ASAP. I'll end with this. We're very serious about engaging community, parents, and our members. And so since July 1st, we've met already with 25 different community organizations, parent organizations, and youth organizations to talk about what their priorities are in the public education system, because there's a lot of overlap between what the union wants, what educators want, and what communities want. So we've been happy to be a part of those conversations, and we're also part of a school site visit blitz right now, where we are immediately re-engaging our members. We're happy that Lily is going to join us at a school later today. We're going to visit over 400 schools in the course of 4 weeks, where UTLA officers and UTLA staff are going to be engaging members, surveying members about what their priorities are, so that we can make sure that this Schools LA Students Deserve campaign is something that's building up from the grassroots, that involves our members widely across the city, and involves parent and community organizations. Thank you very much.